Hi, I'm on tour, as you know. In February, I'm going to be in Laconia, New Hampshire, Newport, Rhode Island, and recently added Syracuse, New York. In March, I'm going to be in Seattle, Vancouver, Allentown, Pennsylvania, and Tampa, Florida. April, you can catch me in Point Pleasant, New Jersey, as well as Key West, Florida. In May, I'm going to be in Los Angeles, California, and our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. In June, you can catch me in Salt Lake City, Utah, or Cleveland, Ohio. July, I'm going to be in Montreal, Ottawa, and Toronto, Canada, as well as Las Vegas, Nevada. October, you can catch me in Rochester, New York. Go to jimnorton.com/tour for all your tickets. Get them before they sell out. Ugh. I literally did it in a hotel. I was proposed properly. I'm like,
that's where I
to
was.
Just be like a regular.
It was a traditional proposal.
Yeah.
You got down on one knee.
I did.
And then after two.
Hell yeah.
You look good, buddy.
Yeah.
Thank you. I feel terrible. I never like to talk before the show because there's so many things I want to say. All of them good.
Say it to his face. I literally told Keanu, she's like, I don't know who Mooch is. And I'm like, I think he's lying around somewhere.
Wow.
One of the greatest lines ever. He goes, I'm sitting next to him on a plane. I can't wait to see the look on your face as you clutch that monkey and we fly into a mountain.
Oh, save it.
I remember. Wait,
Not even saying it right.
Are we recording?
Everything is recorded.
Oh, good. We're in great shape. We do, because I don't remember what and Geno and Keanu, thank you for coming. Let's start. Geno and I know each other you're one of my oldest friends in comedy. Like, I know you since, 1993 maybe?
Yeah.
You were in Delaware?
Delaware. We used to work the Dave Lovekin, the Steve, I know I'm name dropping bars.
Sure.
And it would be like I'd host, you'd feature, and it was Otto and George.
Yeah.
And I would sit there losing my
Back
mind.
when I was one and you were sperm, right? Yeah.
Was I even sperm?
Yeah, I mean, what are you at 20 in your 20s?
97.
Oh, yeah, I'm 92. So I
Wow.
was 1 year old and, wow, we married old people.
I know.
She reminds me of
love
that a
it.
lot.
I know.
Does she remind you of the age difference? I get it all the time. Jim, you'll be dead. I'm like, I know.
Oh my God! I just have dreams of dropping him off at hospice. I really
She
do.
married me for the extra 10 minutes in her set.
It's true. I think I'll make a really chic widow, like a really cool, good-looking.
You already look
widow.
like a good widow.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks.
I love
Nice.
you.
Yeah.
I love you, though.
What is the age difference between you guys? For us, it's only 29 years. It's a big one.
24 years.
Is it? But I wouldn't think that looking at you. Like, I would just, the way you interact, I would think that.
Yeah.
I never think of it, though.
He's a young soul.
I
Yeah.
don't either. But that's the problem. Like, I've never felt my age, but I've never acted my age.
No. Right.
Like, I'm in my 50s. My friends are retiring. I'm like, and I'm sitting there like, you know what it's like to lose a gig. I'm sitting there like,
I sure do.
but it's like, I guess I should be more concerned, but I'm not. It's weird.
I like your childlike whimsy.
Oh yeah, remember that? Well, our house is parked outside, so we're good. We're good.
Where are you guys living? You're in the city, right?
We're in East Harlem, yeah.
There is a weird moment, like the age where, like, all of a sudden she'll say something, and I'll be like, "Oh my God!" Or I'll say something, and I'm like, I forget that she's not my age and has no idea what I'm talking about. That's the
Right.
part that's hard.
It's different to be with Jim than like a 25-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so.
It
I hope
is.
it's better, right?
Right.
Yes, in every way.
Good answer.
I mean, I'm laughing at your quick wit, not just the insanity of the statement.
Yeah, she'd be much happier fucking me, watching me flounder, than some young guy with a big dick. Who needs that shit? You'd be so bored of that after 9-10 years.
I don't think about our age difference.
I don't either, really. I don't
Only
either.
as a
No, I
joke,
don't.
I do. I don't. Yeah, I mean, I think maturity-wise, we match up perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no idea you guys, because, Keanu, you used to do Chip.
Yes.
And you guys were, like, kind of on and off at one point. For like, how long have you been together? And like, I don't
Are you
know.
married?
Yeah.
We're married since October.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Chin down.
We used to hook up with each other when I would do the shows at Compound. And then I don't know. He asked me like on a date, and I happened to be single. We used to hook up when maybe we were both kind of
I
other
understand.
people.
Sure.
Yeah. And then he asked me on a date when we happened to be single, but I always knew it was him.
Yeah.
Even when it wasn't him, I always knew it was
Jim,
him. Yeah.
ta-da.
I mean, it's very. Let me just make sure. Can you hear all of us good? I just want to make sure that the audio is good.
Yeah, you guys are a good distance. Thank you so much for being close to the mic. It sounds great.
Awesome.
Okay,
Thank you.
good.
Just don't hit the table. That's all.
Oh, God.
okay. I
that's
do
a
that a
problem
lot.
for
Yeah.
Gene.
I make a lot of dramatic statements.
Yes.
I hit the table. I apologize. Keanu, welcome to the show. Is that distracting? How long have you and Geno been together? God damn it! I'll just keep doing it.
They used to get mad at me over I used to work for a fellow named Anthony Cumia.
Sure.
Best 8 years ever. We fucking loved it. And I would tap a pencil. And the people would be like, stop tapping the pencil. And you know me, if you tell me not to do something.
Of course, you got to do it.
So then they sent me a novelty pencil like this big, and I'm tapping that on it, right? And then by the end, it's part of this set. We have pencils this long, that big around, that are just like they have in hot water on them.
Are they loud or are they soft, like big soft? Do they give you big soft pencils or are they loud?
They're just
They're
giant
wooden.
pencils
Oh,
that I
real
would tap,
pencil.
and then I couldn't tap the huge ones. They became part of the set, you know.
Do you want to talk about something young people talk about, or just teasing?
Did the light just go out? Sorry.
I gave him a novelty penis.
I would rather him tap a novelty penis on the table. That
Yes.
might be even more.
She'd be happy if I could.
Yeah.
If I wanted to reach the table, I have to be laying on the table. Her, on the other hand. Now, you guys, so you said you knew it was Geno. You guys had been like friends and just hooking up?
Yeah, kind of like slam pieces, you know. So, but I just always knew it was him. I knew I'd end up with him. Lucky me,
But
you know.
in her defense, not even defense, God forgive me, she's funny. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not simping for Keanu. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
I'm
right.
sure you get it a lot. Like, your show is great.
Thank you.
You told me to remind them of that.
I've
But it
been
is.
watching. You guys are wildly entertaining. I was
Thank
just
you.
telling you, Nikki. Yeah,
Thank you
so
it's
much.
wild. The argument is one of the most iconic things, and the way you guys
Way to bring it up,
interact.
dummy.
the way that you guys interact with each other.
You remember you've been gone a
podcasting.
month. He wasn't even happy to see here. I'll help him. You remember,
Yes.
right?
You guys fight the way we fight. I'm like, yeah, you're wrong when you don't pick me up from the airport.
I still
understand.
think about that
wrong.
argument.
What's that?
I still think about that argument.
Yeah, see, one time I was coming home from a flight and he had a flat tire. It's the one time ever he's had a flat tire, and it was his fault somehow. Like, you really can't come pick me up. It was, and I said,
The whole
I just,
house was leaning to the left.
so I get that. But right, no,
But what I was saying, I think that ties into the age thing. You don't think of age because you get along so well. Like
Right.
Keanu's hot, but she was always doing Bill Schultz at a show.
Right. I remember him
Sorry to remind you, Anthony.
him and Joanne.
Yeah, and it was great, and we loved it. And she would do that show a lot. And one time I came by because my show was on. Actually, my show was on before, and then I saw her on the show, and I was like, talking to her at a bar across the street. And we were hanging out and we're hitting it off. And you know me, dude. I'm just having a good time. And we both left at kind of the same time. And the next day, everyone's like, "Oh, you left with that girl?" I'm like, "No." And they're like, "Oh, she was Indian." I didn't think so. But then
I was.
Are
I
you
couldn't
Indian?
Have, no.
No, into him.
Into him.
Oh,
yes.
because I was like, you don't really look
Chick's
Indian.
humble.
That
Yes,
chick's
I know.
Indian.
No, I was surprised it didn't.
No,
So I thought I needed
I'm
to curry
sorry.
her favor.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, LOL.
I was like, you're not Indian.
No.
Long story short-
Beautiful
long story short,
blue.
Straight as an arrow. Different type.
Bill would always be like, "Hey, Keanu's on if you want to hang," and I would always kind of hang out with her. And then we were hooking up off and on. And but I always thought like she was great on the air. You know,
I couldn't throw myself at him more. He would get me so wasted. The shots and it's the only time I've ever fallen down the steps of the subway was after hanging out with him and Bill
And not
Schultz.
listening.
It
See?
was a mess.
That's
Yes.
romantic.
Like,
The only time she ever threw herself down and pulled herself up by her own hair, screaming, "I'm a whore! Did you see me look at the colored fella?" It was weird.
that's not you weren't there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Did you propose?
Yeah,
I
how
did.
did you do it?
I actually did it because I've been engaged twice, but they're not real engagements. There's
What?
They weren't. They were like, here's, and you know that.
Did
but-
I know the one girl many, many years ago? I don't remember her name.
Yeah,
I
the
think-
blonde one. We always call her Sarah. No, the
I don't
first
remember.
one was the dark-haired chick from Delaware.
And that was around what year? Like in the early
that was
90s?
like late 90s.
Okay, yes.
Back when I would book you at Bottle Caps Comedy Night. You're
Bottle
welcome.
Caps.
You're welcome.
That's right. Was that a Wednesday gig or no?
It was
Monday?
a Wednesday night gig.
And yeah, there was you were with her for a while.
Yeah.
And then I remember he was kind of bummed about it, and I think we made fun of you. But I remember that it was affected you.
Oh yeah, because it was easier to be bummed out about it than move on with my life.
Yeah, of course.
But thanks.
Who is she?
Yeah, I'll kill her.
kill her.
But I did. With her, I thank you for asking. I did it right. I asked her father, who I call Kiddo.
They're 8 years apart.
I do. I asked her father, and I gave her the ring, and I proposed to her in the kitchen because that's how her father proposed to her mother.
And
So I
they're
did the whole nine
divorced,
yards.
but
Yeah.
you know.
That's
so
nice, though.
sweet,
That's
yeah.
very cordial and sweet.
Yeah.
It was. We were
And
both in our jammies.
I
and,
bullied your father. I said, I'm going to marry your daughter. He goes, okay.
Actually, he's the only person I've ever been with that my dad has liked. He loves him, so
Same age.
you know.
Yeah, it is weird. I'm the same. I'm older than her dad.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I love you.
I love
Do you
that.
have to talk down? Hey, I'm talking.
I'm trying to say something here. You two kids keep quiet. Look at his daughter.
The
Call him a
patriarch.
meathead or something like old terms.
But he never needed permission to ask my parents because they're Norwegian.
Yeah, I
They
didn't
don't
know.
do
I
that.
didn't know her dad. I hadn't met him
well,
yet.
not my parents.
I hadn't met him yet, and
But they could have maybe been like, oh, he's bald and he's 30. I do think that, obviously he was older. So,
Yeah.
Why would they mention I'm bald? What a weird.
Yeah.
She doesn't.
Nobody in
mean-
Norway is bald.
This is the worst part about being married to a Scandinavian. They just say these blunt things, like the way she really feels comes out when she acts as someone else. And my mother could have looked and said, "So what? He's got man tits. He's old." Wait a minute. Why would your mom say that? Oh, that's right. You want to say that. But we did it because she couldn't get in the U.S. for a while, so we were in Vancouver on vacation in 2019. And it was just a hotel. It was a ring. I drove the ring across the border. I was so nervous that they were going to flag
I
me
know that story.
at the border and try
Got your
to
ring?
try
I'm not
to.
wearing it this fake.
I don't
just
let her
in
wear
case
it because it's
yeah.
it's like there's
I
so
don't
many
wear my
robberies.
ring.
I hear you. I like that.
Yeah,
But I
there's-
want to wear it, but Jim tells me it's too dangerous.
Yeah, there's
Really?
people getting robbed in New York. It's just too
Right.
much. Hopefully things will get a little cleaned
That's why I
up.
made yours so small. You're safe.
Yeah.
Good.
Should I leave my ring at home? No, please wear it.
Maybe you get. I mean, the ring's not worth robbing.
You're
Yeah.
not going to take it.
LOL.
Make life easier on yourself. When it comes to meal times, you need
Fuel.
fuel. You're going to notice during this episode, I am drinking. This is the vanilla. I complained. I said, hey, guys, thanks for sending me all this product, but how about some more vanilla? And they sent it to me. They sent vanilla. They sent iced coffee. They sent chocolate. And they also sent strawberry vanilla. These fill you up. They are phenomenal. It's a complete meal in a bottle. It's high in protein. It's low in sugar, packed with all the nutrients your body needs. They're Black Edition, ready-to-drink meal in a bottle. It's crazy.
It's got 35 grams of protein plus 27 vitamins and minerals. And whatever you're up to, Huel's going to make sure you're fueled up.
And it really is, honestly, you drank today.
Literally, our fridge is packed with Huel.
Didn't you drink the, you drank the energy drink?
It was amazing. The pineapple energy drink, and it hit the spot just right.
Yeah, and for me, energy drinks make me crazy. But our refrigerator is packed with these things.
Yes.
And look, you're not supposed to drink them as a dessert. So what? I do sometimes. So what? They're delicious. They come in Oh, yeah, I've already said that. I've already told you what flavors they come in. And you're not even listing all the great flavors. Take the leap and join the community of Hooligans
with this exclusive offer for
the new customer of 15% off.
Plus a free gift with the code SWORD at Huel.com.
That's 15% off plus.
SWORD.
That's 15% off plus a free gift for new customers with the code SWORD at Huel.com. Start your year off strong. Unlock a healthier, easier way to eat with Huel. Nutritionally complete meals in minutes.
So you can focus on what really matters, which is Huel.
And no, you're supposed to focus on what really matters, which is things in life. Like you drink Huel so you can focus on things that matter.
Yeah, like your health, your body.
These are phenomenal. I'm very happy to be doing reads for these. I love them. So we, I did. I literally did it in a hotel. I was proposed properly. I'm like, because so much is
nice.
untraditional. I'm like, I want the proposal
That's what I
to just be like a
It was
regular.
a traditional proposal.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got down on one knee.
I did. And
And then after two.
Hell yeah.
Then you helped him up off his knee.
Yes.
she wiped the front of my shirt. It's your fault.
But it is funny, like, because I think I was the same way. Like, I think we had the same mindset. It's like, look, I'm serious now. It's like, it was for us as much as them. It's like, no, I'm serious. This is the woman.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it right. Like, and that's why the last day it's like, oh, we've been dating so long. It's like, all right, here's a ring, whatever, and I never intended to get married. Her is like, no, boom, boom, boom.
I never wanted to get married either.
You remind me of that all the time.
I know.
How long did you know each other before you got proposed?
5 years, I
Okay.
guess.
Yeah.
But
But
we
we-
had been dating a year. It was our year anniversary of being like together the night before you proposed, I guess.
Right.
It's one of those things too where like because we needed to do a fiance visa. I don't know if I would have got married right away, but I'm glad it worked out that way because I was just scared of the idea of marriage.
Yeah.
And Nikki's the only one I've ever wanted to marry, so
Right.
I'm glad that it worked out the way it did.
You know what I hate? Yeah, because I never wanted to get.
Minorities, you say it all the time.
Eugene.
We're walking in. She's like, will there be minorities? I'm like, are Norwegians common in this town?
That
Don't
is true.
project your feelings onto me.
Nikki is a
okay?
minority.
I'm the
you.
biggest minority.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like 9 Norwegians in the U.S.
Yeah, it is sort of an right. There's so you're
Where's my
you're
checks?
special. You're like a unicorn. I love that.
Thank
In
you.
a lot of ways. Yeah.
Wait,
Hold on a second.
fucking horde.
I do. I just hate people that just want to get married to get married. Doesn't matter who it is. It can't work out. You marry the person that you feel like, oh, I actually want to get married to this person. Not like I'm looking for these boxes. To
You have
check
to
off.
you have to want to do
Right.
it. And when it's weird because like we'll argue.
We also knew each other for like 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were a while.
How did you meet?
Online.
She sent me a message online because I do these interviews, and then told me I did an interview where I talked about like women I like and trans girl, and most guys don't talk. So whatever, she liked it. And
Well,
then
I didn't know he was a comedian.
well, it was a
of people
Vice
still
interview.
don't.
This was like
Yes.
an interview
That old
style.
gag. Right.
I didn't.
And then she told me she did certain things for fun where she would be nude in front of people.
Hell yeah.
And I logged in immediately.
And me too, girlfriend.
And sent me coins.
I love that.
Coins.
Oh, do you still?
No OnlyFans
Oh, you
anymore.
dropped it.
Wait, you
Okay,
did
cool.
porn?
I wasn't good. Not porn. I had a very mild OnlyFans. I'm not good at it.
I think
Like,
you would do great in porn. I mean, I know
Thank
you're married
you.
now or going to be.
But he was like my first subscriber, even on my OnlyFans.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Like she was on the show. She's like, and I have an OnlyFans. It was like doing.
because it was during the lockdown, and I'm a comic. I had nothing to do, and I thought, you know what, I could take some sexy photos, and I did it. But I can't sit around and do like dick ratings. I feel too bad. Like I would just give everyone a 9. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Really?
that's not
Everyone?
because I'm like I can't face it. I'm like I can't make this person. I'm like, it's a 9. I just had a copy. I felt like a fraud, is what I'm saying.
She told me
so,
that. I'm like,
what
I'm
if
like,
it's-
I'm like, well, you gonna rate mine? She's like, don't bother. I give everyone a 9.
Yeah.
I'm a fraud.
I am a
I'm like,
fraud.
And some
right.
people want you to give them a 1. That's the
I
thing.
know.
That
They
is,
want
but
you to
yeah.
fucking shit on their dick.
What if it's
well,
like-
I don't know. They do.
Right.
What if it's like a shriveled up cock and it's obviously hideous? You would
yes.
still give it a 9?
I just wouldn't even open the message and look at it. I would just give them all a 9 and see what happen. They're like, really? That's a 9 to you? I'm like, I didn't realize it looked like a chapstick. Okay, like I.
Dick
so-
ratings are so bizarre. Like
I think they would get turned on if you were to go like, ew, oh,
crank
yuck,
one out
it's
to that, though.
disgusting.
I know, yeah, right. I hate. I don't want to make anyone feel bad, but that's what they want. So OnlyFans wasn't for me. It was a good few years though.
Did you get
but-
sick of it, or did you not like her doing it? Or were
I
you-
didn't care.
You didn't care either way.
And
okay.
people, you're like, what? I think that's look.
It's
I think
harmless.
It is
I think it's harmless. I
yeah.
think it's. I think it's empowering. It's like all the guys are like, hey, rate my dick, and you're like, everyone's getting a 9. He's like, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like I was the one like. She's like, stop subscribing to my thing. I'll send it for free. I'm like, it's
I'm like,
better
quit
this
buying
way
my
because I get to
photos.
fuck the OnlyFans girl.
That's the fun.
You know what I mean?
You were enjoying
Right.
It's almost like if you played Darth Vader and then you came home and he's like, "Come on, just put the helmet on. Come on."
You guys say that term foreplay. Put the helmet on me.
No, it's just I wasn't making a ton of money from it. There's only so many photos I can take of myself.
Are
Like
you fully naked?
in the ones that you would have to buy, I'd be nude, but like the main page, you know how it goes. Like the main page was just like sassy lingerie photos, and then if you wanted to buy like a nude,
Right.
I'd send them to everyone and you could buy them. But listen, it's it just became like, all right, am I enjoying this anymore? Am I making that much money from it? No.
It's like Patreon. It's like I'm guessing you feel like obligated to do stuff, which in our lives is pretty easy, the stuff we have to do.
Right.
But if you don't feel like posting, you're like, oh, fuck, I'm getting behind. People are paying. It's stressful.
Right. It's difficult. Right. So maybe you don't want to, masturbate on camera if you're feeling like bloated
I didn't want
someday.
to.
Yeah.
But I had to. I needed 10 more patrons.
Could you do it? I could never.
No, I couldn't. Because people would always say, "Well, it's like, do you do like what collaborations together?" I'm like, "Yeah, you turn on the
I
camera
would
and
lose
I run at her with a
subscribers.
soft dick and just like, hey, are we on? No,
Yeah.
I want people to. No,
Right.
I'd be awful.
When I was 16 in school in Norway, I told my teachers that porn is the future.
I love
and
it.
I knew that I was going to do webcamming.
I
And
love
this
it.
was before OnlyFans. And it did become the future.
Webcamming
is.
was before OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Webcamming kind of.
But there wasn't money in it like OnlyFans.
Yeah, OnlyFans
Yeah.
is where there's a lot of money, I'm sure.
I don't know where all mine went. I didn't make much. It was the small amount of people that wanted to, like, that's the funny chick from the podcast. Let's see her,
Right.
I made
let's see her
money one
goodies.
time. Yeah, right.
Were they nice or were they obnoxious or were they pigs where it's uncomfortable or were they actually okay?
It's the online, like, outside of it. I wouldn't talk to the people. He talks enough. I can't talk anymore. Like,
Right.
I would, the girlfriend experience is not for me. Like, I can't
Yeah.
talk back and forth with you. That's why. So I really would rarely even read the messages because I don't have enough bandwidth for it,
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't really know exactly what they were saying. But then, you go to your Twitter, like, look at this whore. And I'm like, okay, Kevin Brennan, why are you posting this nude photo of me? Like, all right, please. We don't mind, Kevy. We're just saying,
love Kevin.
it's
He's
just,
insane.
it's the outside, which never bothers me. I don't give a
Right.
shit what people think of me. But, no one on there I don't think was really a pig. I think they're just kind of lonely dudes who want to check out your box. I'm just kidding.
Sounds about right.
It was so poetic up till the end.
Yeah.
Like they're just these lonely men who need a hug. They want a hug and they want to see a clit. Wow.
They need a little stink in their day.
Sword Fight with Nikki and Jim is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Yes, thank you to our friends at BetterHelp. We're always hearing about red flags in life, red flags about your partner.
Red flags in your friendship groups.
What if it started? What if we started looking for green flags? How did I screw that up? What if it started? Idiot, Jim. Hey, does BetterHelp teach people how to read? What if we started looking for the green flags instead of hunting for the red flags? Actually, a great idea. Therapy can help you identify those green flags. Practice them in your relationships. Make your life a better place to be. BetterHelp's online therapy is amazing. That's 100% online, so it's easy and convenient.
You can access a diverse network of my English. It's not.
You're right.
You can access a diverse network
You're right.
of over 30,000 credentialed therapists with a wide range of specialties.
Therapy is something I have been in and out of for many years. What I love about BetterHelp is that you can replace your therapist if you feel like, hey, this just isn't clicking for me. It's such a valuable tool. A therapist is not a magician. They don't throw a blanket over you and you're better. They listen to you. They help you figure out what questions you can ask yourself. And I love the idea about looking for green
Yes.
flags instead of just always finding red
And they
negative
obviously
flags.
won't talk to you for free, which is why if you're not looking to spend that much money, you can get 10% off your first month with code SwordFightPod.
Discover your relationship green flags with BetterHelp. BetterHelp.com/swordfightpod today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/swordfightpod. But it is probably about seeing the person, like, wow, I've seen that person do this or that. I would love to see. I guess that's the
Right.
difference, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Is they don't have to be a porn star. You can just be like a regular
Right.
person.
Think of the people like, what's her name? Why can't I think? The chick from The Sopranos.
Not Jamie Lee Sigler, but
DiMatteo.
Dre DiMatteo, yeah.
She started one and like boom.
Is she doing well? I imagine she's got to be doing great.
I haven't. I just know when she started, like it blew up, and there's some other chick that was on some Disney thing with red hair. That is.
Oh,
insane.
you're talking
Bill
about.
and Joanne talked about
I
it all
can't
the
remember
time.
her name.
But are
now.
they naked though? Like, does somebody that famous get naked, or do they just like show you a shot that most people would just put on Instagram?
I don't think
That-
they
They
have to.
get naked.
They probably don't have to.
I would bet they get naked. Otherwise, fucking upset men like me would be screaming, "What bullshit!"
Well,
You know, 'cause they
that's
didn't
why
show
mine
anything.
was so disappointing, right? I'm not famous.
So
by
many
any
reasons.
stand-
Huh?
Bitch, you flinch when I bug.
She just put it right out there.
Yeah, I know you did.
Would you respect me if I let that go?
No, yeah, he had to do
Do
it.
you respect me any? No.
He had to do it. He had to do it.
No,
It's
it's
the
fine.
hand I was dealt.
It was like when Vicky told Jake she sucked his brother's cock. He had to. He had to
I was
respond.
just watching that the
Isn't
other
that
day.
awesome?
You look at how fat Robert De Niro is. No fat suit.
No.
He got that fat for that show.
80 pounds.
And every time I watch it, I forget how. I still don't understand the ending. When he has the Punches Pilot quote up there, and Scorsese, we're talking about Raging Bull. by
Yeah,
the way.
Raging Bull.
And he
Which she's never.
We're
She's,
like,
I have
what
no
the
idea.
she's
hell
seen
are
a
they
lot of those.
talking
She's
about?
seen most of the De Niro movies, but not that one.
Yeah, I
You
have
know what
not
I always
seen that.
say to my brother? I'll call him up. You know what? Your mother sucks big fucking elephant fucking
Oh,
dick
my
solving.
God. The best.
Always say that to Pete.
What was the quote? The Raging Bull. I was it at the end?
Yeah, the very end, like he's out of jail and he's doing the he's whatever he's about to go on stage with.
Oh
whatever.
yeah, but he's like in the mirror. Yeah.
He's doing that, and then it shows a quote like Punches Pilot talking. Every time I see it, I'm like, I gotta ask someone what that means.
Let me
and I
look it
never
up.
do.
I will look up the
Google
Raging
it.
Bull.
You got your spec?
I know.
I know. Hold on a minute. There's nothing to laugh at here. So what?
Oh my God.
You're the
What?
best thing
I
ever.
just hate those
Yeah,
guys.
just-
Can I do my line? Hey, remind me, I gotta go get my car windshield
Oh
fixed.
my God. What?
Bunny eyes. Hold on a second. I don't want to take a nap. Let me just take a nap. Hold on a second. I'm tired. It's a free ad for Jenny Hut. These fucking things are the best.
Why
What the
don't you
hell?
have one of those?
I'm stealing those.
I know.
Where are they?
Do you have readers? Do you have readers?
Me?
They're
Yeah.
When did you
everywhere,
get
all
here?
over the apartment.
These
yeah.
are. I was going to like writings, and then Jenny Hut, who's a friend, starts this company called Bunny Eyes, and they have like the different prescriptions.
All he wears.
But they're $40 or $50, so if I lose them, I don't give a fuck. It's
Right.
not like you're spending $700 on glasses,
Right.
And I always lose them or break them.
They're
But this is good
our
for drama.
apartment is littered with his readers. They're everywhere.
See, like this is how you do it. Like if I'm talking to Nikki, I'll say something like, "Whoa, whoa." Explain that to me. Let me see. All right, let me see. Raging Bull quote.
Nikki, we brought you a present, by the way.
Did you really?
I think you're a lush like me.
Oh
we
my
brought you
God.
a champagne. A little moment.
Oh,
It's cheap.
that's so nice of you. Gift.
I love that
Yeah.
she says we. She's like, we're gonna bring her. I'm like,
Wow.
all right, you're better than me.
Thank you so much.
You're
I
welcome.
would drink it now, but maybe I shouldn't drink alcohol on the podcast.
Yeah, you should probably wait till later when you're home alone.
Yes,
and I
for
can give you some
later.
pills.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm going to have
it
this
again.
tonight
Do
with
it
my
again,
Have it
Jen.
in
That
the
was
bath,
Thank you,
know.
guys.
That's really
Of
sweet of
course.
you. I really appreciate that. That's
course.
really
Are
nice.
you able to find that? That was
This
very
is-
nice, by the way.
This is my second gift. Well, I was going to say first. This sounds bad, but I love it.
I'm glad.
By the way, let
I
me
love it
applaud
so
Enjoy
my
it
much.
wife
later.
Thank
Okay.
you so much.
I'm going to
You're
applaud
so
my
sweet.
wife
so nice.
for saying maybe I shouldn't drink
What?
on the podcast. What a tremendous, because sometimes she would drink on the podcast.
I'm gonna drink to your wife for saying I'm not gonna drink.
We brought you whiskey in case you were drinking.
I
That's
love
why it's
whiskey.
in,
Is that
I know.
whiskey?
It is.
That is
Oh
Jameson.
no!
Don't you dare. Wait, can you
I
look up
love
that quote?
Jameson.
So
Do you
good.
want a sip?
Don Jameson? We love
I'm
Don
out
Jameson.
of respect for my husband.
I love
I'm
it.
going to try to be very
You're very demure. Yes.
demure, right?
Yes, extremely.
But
You could tell me.
I have vodka in the freezer.
I
And
love
now I have
it.
champagne.
And you're a lush like me. I like it.
The ending quote is that it confirms that, so LaMotta sees himself as a man robbed of greatness, and that it confirms that the Bronx Bull hasn't really learned anything at all.
What is the quote? Do you know the quote?
The wool was, I just had it up here too. No, okay. I'm going to win. There's no way I'm going down. I won't go down for nobody.
But is that
That's not the quote.
No,
at the
he's
end
thinking
of the
about a
movie.
punch. Because Punch's Pilot didn't say that.
Yeah.
Because Christ definitely went down for someone. Punch's Pilot won that one.
He nailed him. That's
Yep.
You never got me down, Punches.
Right.
so good.
I would love to
He
know
ain't
what.
pretty no more.
Oh, Tommy
Such
Gennaro.
a quotable movie.
It's a master. I think it's the best one. Like you've seen Goodfellas and you've seen Casino.
I only remember Casino.
It makes
Yeah.
it makes you ache for what happened to Robert De Niro.
You know, a lot of people,
happened?
he got really political, but I don't mind it. Like, I love him so much, and plus he's been nice to me. So anyone who's nice to me,
sure.
I'm like Trump in that way. I like whoever likes me.
Yeah.
Is
Yes,
he
exactly.
side Trump or the other side?
Other side, I hate
But see,
Trump.
like you have a personal relationship with him. These are guys that I always like. Like I don't know
course.
Michael Keaton, another guy. Love him. And I'm not trying to get political either, but it's like, I'm always jamming my,
I know.
It's like, don't.
You don't need to do. I personally don't like any. I don't like any performer.
Minorities. You're like my wife. You say this all the time.
What is wrong with you?
I don't. You're the ones that hate minorities.
I mean, look, I can't sue him for slander.
It's just not true.
It's funny. It's funny because they're not people. All right, look.
I want to know what the Pontius Pilate quote is.
Yeah, I do too.
Oh, you found it? Okay, my producer
I
found it.
don't
Yes,
know what
sir.
it means, but the quote. Go on. Sorry.
It's, speak the truth before God. We know this fellow is a sinner.
Speak the truth before God. We know this fellow is a
And that's
sinner.
how it ends. And then he thanks his acting teacher or something at the bottom. I'm always like, I always forget that because the movie's so good.
I need to see this movie, I guess.
Maybe-
Go
and
watch
I
it, it's
and
great.
I thought I was sort of a cinephile. I didn't
Oh,
realize
he
I
slammed
missed
his head on the
one.
car
Yeah.
door. It's over. Like it's over.
Maybe it was just saying that we know this man is a sinner. Like, maybe it was just very basic. We know this man is a sinner. Maybe it was just a statement about LaMotta. I met LaMotta. I've interviewed him. He's dead now, but he was very. He was like 95 when I interviewed him, and he retired. He fought in the 40s during World War II. Like that's how old he was, and he was
Was he a
punching.
veteran?
No, he didn't fight in the. No, sorry, he fought like box. He wasn't in the war. He was a boxer.
Oh, okay.
But he was so punchy. He told us this. I think Stanhope told a similar story, but he the same joke he told us 3 times, and it was, I fought Sugar Ray so many times I got diabetes, and then 5 minutes later I fought Sugar Ray so many times I got diabetes.
So he's dead. I can have that, right?
Yeah, that's phenomenal. I didn't get it at first. I'm like, what do you mean? He was a person, Jake. But he was doing stand-up. But I got a great picture with him and Mike Tyson together. Ooh. We went to the premiere of Tyson's. He did this thing in the Beacon for like that he eventually filmed, and LaMotta was there. And, it's just awesome. Jake was great, but he was a mess by the end. A little punchy,
A little bit.
little
mushy. Little mushy.
But De Niro put on 80 pounds for that role because Jake got fat after he boxed. Oh, yeah. And it's like one of the great. De Niro won the Oscar for that because he was just like, a fat suit is just not the same as putting on 80 pounds.
He started out fat.
Well, now
like they did all the fat scenes first.
Did they? I thought they did the In Shape stuff first.
Oh,
What movie are you going to
Raging
be
Bull.
in?
Oh, what do you mean?
What movie are you going to be in?
What are you implying that I put weight on? Nobody likes you.
I do.
I thought it was big fan. Big fan over
Hilarities.
here. Big fan on this side.
So what my wife is saying is basically that I must be going into a movie because I've gotten fat.
You always say you're fat. He says he's fat too.
I texted him the other day. He was doing and I love you, big fan. But like
You're
I
not
looked at
fat.
him in the apron. Like you were so good. You don't like on that cooking show you
on
did.
the Gordon Ramsay thing.
And everyone's like trying, and he's just over the top when someone beats him. He's got an apron on, and I said it's form fitting on you or something.
I was legit.
But you know how ridiculous you look in the
Yes.
apron.
Yes, I
loved
do.
It. I loved it.
I was legitimately disgusted. Although I didn't try,
Almost Michelin Man.
I didn't try Drewski's food, but
teasing.
thank you, love. I didn't try Drewski's food. I'm sure it was good.
Yeah.
But, it was. We shot that. When did we shop? We went to Connecticut. That was on our way to Cape Cod. I shot that. Was that like? I mean, that's like 6 months ago, 7 months ago. I didn't even know it was on until people emailed me. I saw your thing. Okay. I don't watch any of it.
It was funny.
It's time to talk about our good friend,
Steven Singer from Steven Singer Jewelers.
more than a friend, almost a family member or somebody we masturbate with. The guy that the other jewelers hate because Steven is the #1 gift for Valentine's Day, little lamb.
You can get a real long stem rose that's preserved to last a lifetime, dipped in pure 24-karat gold, starting at just $59. You can't beat it.
Now, the rose, the long stem rose dipped in 24-karat gold, I've been selling them for many, many years, and I have a lot of them. I have them in the house. We should bring one here, but we're just lazy.
My mom always asks me for a new rose.
Which is really annoying because we have to. It actually costs more to ship to her mother in Norway. I'm like, let's just take a picture of it and send it to the old bag. Now, if you're looking for a unique and sentimental gift, this really is it. It's not going to wilt. It doesn't die. You don't even have to add water to it. You can just put your own message in Steven Signer's. It's Steven's signature gift box
that ships for free.
But I said Steven Signer, and I couldn't fix it. My Norwegian wife reads English better than I do.
Go now to IHateStevenSinger.com for real roses dipped and trimmed in real gold from a real jeweler you can trust.
Steven Singer Jewelers. That's IHateStevenSinger.com. You should have done it with me. I'm doing it like this, like an idiot.
IHateStevenSinger.com.
Thank you, Steven. Do you watch your own stuff? I can't do it.
Oh, I hate it.
I don't like it either.
I don't want to, no one watches my stuff. Why should I?
You're so funny. Idiot.
A lot of stares here, hon. So.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But you do. Like, after a while, and she does, but she's young, and she's watching it, and she'll be like, I'm sick of my voice. But you get...
It's
like,
not natural to hear your own voice. I skim through the things that I do to see how I look. I'm vain a little bit. But I don't want to hear myself. I don't really want to,
Come closer just so...
Oh, I'm sorry, but we've been doing it so long that I like to think, like, I know when something's going well. If I'm having a good time... then it's going well. Like, whether people like it or not, but they usually do. Like, I don't want to go back and watch it because I'm only going to see the stuff I didn't like.
But what she just said about hearing your own voice, it's so weird. The first time on stage, I'll never forget, like, looking into the back of the room and hearing my own voice projected back was so bizarre.
It's not right. You can't listen to yourself. You don't hear it right. It's like you're not... Like, cave people weren't able to hear themselves
how they sounded.
speak. Yeah, right. So it's
and there was no one laughing to drown it out, so you heard every...
I heard every nuance and syllable.
How bored are you when we don't do this? I don't know what you do.
I don't know what I do either. I succeed. If that's what you want to call it. So, do you guys want kids? Like, we just got a puppy, and I love...
Show them your background.
Like, guys don't want to see a pup. No one cares.
Is it a Yorkie?
It is, yeah.
At the risk, that is worth looking at.
It's an adorable
So
3.5-pound dog. But every time the dog shits on the rug, which is daily, or pisses, I'm like, thank God this isn't a baby. I realize how I'm not ready to have a child. I don't want one.
Right. Getting married was enough for me. I would never have a kid.
Oh, good for you.
Never. No. You don't want it at all?
Absolutely not. No.
I think I want a kid.
You think so? My anxiety, if it scraped its knee, I would never recover. I would never sleep again. I don't hate children. Well, I don't really like children that much. And I have you. And so it's not for me.
One, but she's like, I don't want to have them. Like, well, if that changes.
You'd be okay either way.
Yeah, I don't care.
You don't care.
But then
everything shows up when I need it. Everything shows up when I need it.
Happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And so you want children or a child?
Maybe, like, if I'm like 60, it would be weird to not have a child because then I wouldn't have any family. I don't have any family here.
That's a mindset. If I can, like, I'd never think like that. And when you say that, I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. But I just never thought like that. Like my brother, he's like, yeah, having kids, had a girl, had a boy. He's great. He did that normal life. Like, I never think that far ahead.
I want to adopt a girl from China.
I love that.
Very specific.
And very chic.
Maybe like 10 years.
You would be like the
18,
Angelina Jolie, like
old,
it would be in a papoose, like walking around with sunglasses. Please, no photos. Please, no photos. My child. Yeah.
Smoking a cigarette.
Absolutely. I see that for you.
Yes.
It's all about the aesthetic. I love that.
She would do it, but I never want it, and I can't. I'm like,
Well, not yet.
But it's nice to hear another couple that doesn't actually feel like obligated, like people do because they feel like they have to do it.
Right. It's like, well, now what else do we do? We enjoy each other's company. We don't feel like, okay, don't.
What?
Did you make a face?
I was waiting for you to wink at me.
We enjoy each other's company.
I can't take a compliment.
Do you guys fight a lot or no? Or you guys seem like a pretty balanced couple?
Yeah. We fight more now that we're married.
Yeah.
But I don't think I don't think it's bad fighting,
No, it's just like a little bickering.
Yeah.
And but not bad. And we like hanging out together. So I don't feel like maybe sometimes we don't feel obligated to have a kid. It's not like we're trying to repair anything.
No.
Right.
We fought this morning.
We mild bickering though. I mean, it was
really
mild. It was mild.
What was it? Tell us.
You tell.
Nikki, tell us.
I slept until 9:30 and our maid comes on Tuesdays.
Oh God, I forgot about that. Oh, okay, yeah.
So you slept through the maid?
No, here's what
We
happened.
didn't put the latch on the door.
We put the
And I
latch on the
didn't
door.
know, so she's ringing the bell.
And you left
tell.
her in.
Tell them what
No, and
happened.
that's fine, but I didn't want to get out of bed, so I tell Jim, get the door.
I couldn't. I had a few more minutes to
And
sleep.
he just goes, I don't care, you get the door.
Wait, why did I tell you to get the door? Why didn't you want to get the door? You're leaving out the part. No, why? Why? You wanted to mention it.
I had morning wood and I couldn't get up.
Hell yeah.
Yes. Look, this is very common, old school, Little House on the Prairie. My wife had an erection and didn't want to get the door.
Then you should have gotten up, Jim.
And I'm
What's wrong
telling
with
Jim, like, can you get up? I have morning wood. And he's like, I don't care. And he said it so annoyingly
I was tired.
that I didn't want to talk to him.
I get up and I go to the
blame you.
gym. Now that I'm not at Sirius, I'm not getting up at 6:45. I get up like 9:30, 9:45. Go to the first thing I do is go to the gym at like 11. So I had like another 25 minutes of sleep, and she's like, I got a boner. I'm like, I don't care. Put a fucking pair
It's
of
not
pants
very
on.
ladylike. I'm sorry.
But I
No,
was so
please.
tired. But yeah, that's a fight that we'll have. But I just didn't want. It's like it's. our
Why
maid.
didn't you have morning wood?
Yeah.
I might have. I was still half asleep. Plus, I have to pee when I wake up, like so ferociously. Like
So you don't have to pee in the middle of the night?
You know, it's funny. I used to. I was at one point wetting the bed occasionally, not with her,
Yeah,
but yeah,
no, you
was it
were
with
a
you?
little
Okay,
bit.
once in a while I pissed the bed, but I don't care. I don't feel bad. It's
Fucking
like
diaper snacks.
It happens.
It happens.
See, I know.
See, you don't need a kid. You're gonna be changing. Yeah, but there was like I haven't gotten up. It's weird now that we're married. Like I don't get up in the middle of the night to pee, but I used to. Like I'd wake up, be like, all right, I guess I wake up now, and
Did you figure out the peeing the bed? What was it?
It was literally because I pee so much. I pissed so much. I thought there was like something wrong with my bladder, so I had a sonogram done, and they're like, no, it's totally normal. I just pee a lot. Like fluid goes through me quickly.
Okay.
I say it with great pride. Fluid. My body doesn't keep
Right.
fluid.
he used to say that on auditions. Fluid goes through me quick.
Right, it
There
goes-
will be no evidence. Let's do this.
Let's just get it done, please.
Okay.
Let's wrap this up. So I pee. I usually can get up, but once in a while I've just, I dreamt that I was in a pool or that I was
That
doing
happens,
something, and
yeah.
you just your body. But I also would wake up gasping because I have apnea, and I think sometimes that's your body waking you.
Yeah.
And they said sometimes you have to pee because your body's waking you because you're not breathing.
Yeah.
So you'll have to piss and you wake up to pee, but you're not breathing, so your body is waking you.
Oh my God.
I've heard that before.
The horror of being human.
I know.
Honestly.
It sucks.
Yeah. Oh.
It
Sometimes
sucks.
you've had so much whiskey, you just. When I would drink in college, like I'll say when I used to really drink.
Are you kidding me?
I just get up and
We
pee in the
have a
corner of the room.
flask here.
You brought that. I didn't
You
want
said,
it.
where's the flask? Oh, good, you have it.
Drink you right now? Yes.
Do you drink in the morning?
No.
Okay.
No, and that's the thing people always said about in hot water, like, oh, Geno, it's like, because sometimes I would drink on the show.
Cheers.
To
you and
and
your
then
alcohol.
you'd go across the street and have one, and people would think like, okay, so they think I'm a normal person and I'm drinking till last call.
Right.
And it's not like by 6 o'clock at the latest, like an hour and a half, I'm like, I'm done. I'm going home. I'm going to lie in the you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
during the lockdown, like I didn't drink for 8-9 months because it wasn't any fun. You couldn't have
Right.
people come into the studio. They closed the bar, but unfortunately, then it's like, I didn't drink for 9 months. I'm not a drunk. And then you just start drinking again.
Yeah, I mean, it's like for me, it was like I was in Canada with Nikki the whole time. I didn't jack off for 15. I was in Canada for 15 months. I didn't jack off for 15 months. I was just not doing it,
That's amazing.
and it was crazy. But
You
but
get
then-
a lot done if you don't jack off for 15 minutes.
I know, but as soon as I'm in the car, I saw the U.S. border. It came out. I fucking, I made up for it. But like, it's weird how in the lockdown there were certain things we just didn't.
Yeah.
we were just surviving in a one bedroom.
All I
just
did was
inside.
masturbate and drink
Yeah.
during the lockdown.
That's what
Yeah,
you
you're
should
the opposite.
do.
Right,
You
exactly.
gotta love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm never going to quit drinking.
Oh, no, I refuse.
Never.
I probably.
I might take a break again.
You always say that, though. You're
The
like,
break
I'm
is
going to
okay.
juice this week. When?
Yeah, I do the juice cleanses and stuff. I do.
Do they help?
Yeah.
I've never done one, and I want to do one for like a week.
Here's why I think they help. And everything, like, I got very into health and wellness as much as I can.
Sure.
Like during the lockdown, because this is the story I always told that flipped me during the lockdown. It takes 3 seconds. Remember Rita, the girl I dated back in Delaware, dark hair? She had lupus.
Okay.
She had lupus. And she had it her whole life, and it just is a debilitating thing. And when Trump came on the air and said, they attacked her for the hydroxychloroquine.
Yeah.
Okay. Rita, you met her. She's skinny, frail. 20 years later, she's doing well with the kid. She has lupus, the most autoimmune of autoimmune diseases. And you know what they give you for that? Hydroxychloroquine. You know how often you take it? Every day. You know how long you take it? For the rest of your life. But they were telling us if a normal person takes it for a week, they'll die. So you knew they were lying. And that's how I got into a lot of this stuff. And getting to the juice cleanse, it's all common sense. And
it was a confusing time.
Yeah, but your body, your liver is constantly processing food. That's most of the work it does. It processes food and alcohol, and all that stuff. So imagine,
and piss.
So you just
what you drink.
do a juice cleanse, it gives it time off.
Semen.
That's why they say you should fast. Like the man wasn't built to eat 24/7.
But I just want to say that what an amazing moment this is. You're getting health advice from Jim Norton and Geno Bisconte.
I know, God.
Plus the fluid goes right through you.
Yeah, right.
Well, you know what's better than alcohol? Segregation. Am I right?
Oh, yeah.
Ayo, yeah.
But I did kind of want to do. I'm like, do I want to do one? Yeah, rest my body.
I make every answer too long. You should try it because it rests like your whole digestive system, and you can. Like this is the thing that I always say. You go, first day is easy. You're excited. Second day's tough. You get through the second day, and then the third day you do it, and the third day you haven't eaten for 72 hours, and you take a shit, and it looks normal. And I'm telling you, then you're like this. I'm not going to eat another 24 hours. I want to see what comes. And I got to 6 days one time doing that. And it is fascinating.
I would call her in every time to look in the toilet. Look.
Rubber nose.
Look what I get.
You take.
Exactly. Answer the door with your boner.
Yeah.
You should try it, though.
Yeah.
You should try it, sorry.
I will. She's always telling me I'm not fat, but I think that she just doesn't
I
care.
never told Jim to change. I don't care what it looks like.
I think he looks great. He walks around naked. I've never seen a more comfortable naked person.
I respect that. That's not easy to be.
That's healthy.
It is. I know. I don't mind it. He's like, I'm fat, and I don't think
you look great. Come inside. See what I did there?
Yes,
I was outside.
I know. And she doesn't mean sex. No. No, she means you were in the hallway, wandering.
Let me back in. I have to pee.
She's comfortable naked too. Like I'm not. Like I'm really. I mean, you guys are all in better shape than I am, which is again not a high bar, but you all are. And I'm just very. From the waist down, I'm okay, but it's just my gut. Like
look good.
She doesn't care.
He would look weird if he was skinny. You know what I mean?
I'm like, I don't want some man with six-pack abs.
Yeah.
Then I would feel bad
You're in
about
luck.
me.
Could you imagine him with a six-pack?
would
I can't even imagine it with Photoshop. It would look weird.
It would be weird.
You're very muscular, but it's
yeah.
not. You're not like an 8-pack, and you're very hairy.
I think I have a good metabolism. Like I'm very lucky, and it's because like when Idiot broke my jaw, like I couldn't eat for 6 weeks, and I was.
You had your jaw. Was your jaw? Did I know your? I knew you got punched. I don't know if I knew your jaw. Were you wired shut or no?
There's this new thing where they wire it, and I could still talk, but I just couldn't eat, so I got to do my show.
But I'm so claustrophobic.
That would kill me.
It would
I'm the
kill
same.
me.
Yeah.
Are you claustrophobic at all?
Yes.
Yeah.
You are.
So how's having your jaw wired shut make you claustrophobic?
You can't take a deep breath.
No, sorry about that. No, because what they did was he had all these wires on it, and I could talk. I kept doing in hot water after I took a week off. But it wasn't like the old days. Like Bill Schultz had his jaw broken, and he told me Harzer's it's wired shut, and you'd have to carry wire clippers or something in case something terrible happened, and you had to cut it off so you could
vomit or whatever.
Yeah.
Is it like
yeah.
a cast?
I don't know, but again,
So no, it wasn't like a thing.
But my
they
point
just have
was,
to keep it held there, I guess, to make it.
But my point was when I had to go 6 weeks with all I did was eat soft food, and I got in. I had abs.
How much did you lose?
I lost 40, 50 pounds. I was down to $153.
Really?
Yeah. And but I lost I look at old picture the Google things. I look at pictures of me before the lockdown, and in ways it's the best thing that ever happened because I lost all that booze weight.
Yeah.
And we used to do in hot water in the mornings. So I'd get up at 7. We'd be there at 9.
Wow.
That sounds terrible.
And we would have the fans come in, and we'd start drinking whiskey.
Wait, that was a morning show?
Yeah.
It started out at 2 PM once a week, me
Right.
and Berg, and then Berg's we want to do 4 days a week in the morning, and whatever Aaron says, I'm like, yeah, that's what we want to do, buddy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you were getting up for morning radio show schedule.
Yeah, and I was writing for radio at night, So like I'd be up till midnight writing sports stuff, but it was like it worked. It was like I never missed a day. I was very, very proud of that. And then we went to afternoons after the lockdown ended to open for Ant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you miss doing it? Because Geno had a show on Anthony's network. Do you miss doing it? Like, I mean, for me, it's new not doing it.
Yeah.
I don't miss it at all because I'm doing a podcast and I have this. Like, I'm busier now than I was before. But maybe I will after time. I miss the money.
I miss the money, but it was a playground, you know, Anthony. Like it was fantastic. So it was like 2 to 3:30 every day, and it was just it was. I got to sit behind a desk. I got to talk to the people I wanted to talk to, say what I wanted to
Fuck
say,
around.
And Garrett and Steve.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
It was a special place.
It was
for
amazing,
sure,
yeah. So of course I missed that, you know. But after a while, it's like, all right, well, you got to go to the next thing,
Move on and do something
and
else.
We just got, shout out Anthony, like a lot of the equipment, it's like, just take it. So we actually have 2 cameras from there now in our thing. We just started yesterday.
Right.
So it's the first time in hot water that we do in our apartment. Like, it's great. We have a brick backdrop.
We have the TriCaster and I have a podcast, so we have 2 studios in our apartment.
Yeah.
But now that we have the thing, it's like I'm
Well, it's fun.
I'm the producer and we can go back and forth, and it is fun.
Because I don't
yeah.
want, like for a while I was just streaming from my desk in the apartment, but it's like I don't want to just be me talking.
Right. It actually for
I
2 days
spin
doing
plates.
it. Yeah.
I sit there and be like, who's ever got the funniest thing to say, you know, and it's usually someone other than me, so I have to set them up, and like we're getting back to that. So.
But talking by yourself, like Alex, like Tim Dillon is really good at that.
He is.
I watched a clip he did the other day about Elon's Zig Heil, and Tim Dillon's whole take was that, I mean, people are misunderstanding what this is. All this means is that you love him. And he does this hilarious, it's such a different take. But Tim Dillon's a guy who's amazing at talking by himself.
He is. Yeah.
And Anthony's a guy who's great at talking by
Yeah.
himself.
He also
I
is,
need people.
yeah.
I'm not good at that.
Anthony,
Right.
you know who's even better? And I bet they both admitted to, because I've been listening. Remember Artie? I know Artie Lang. Do you remember his podcast? It's on.
I never heard it.
He did the Artie Quitter podcast.
I remember that, but I never heard it.
Oh my God! I listened to old clips of it because I used to be.
Was
on
it
that.
funny or serious or both?
It was funny.
Yeah.
And he would just go, and he'd have people around the table with him, but it was just like he could talk alone. It was amazing.
Hysterical.
You know,
Yeah.
Is he
all
still
three of those guys,
working
like you look at them and
radio?
you're like,
I think he's just working on his health.
What?
Right, Artie?
Is
Is
he
he?
still on radio?
Yeah.
Artie's,
Not radio, but is he podcasting? I don't know.
No.
I don't think he does
he's
his
laying
show.
low.
Yeah. Right.
like,
Why? Is he okay?
the information I always get is from his sister, you know, because Artie always changed his number because he didn't want his old dealers always finding him.
Sure.
Yeah, and that's what he thought. So whenever I check in with his sister every couple of months, she's like, he's hanging in there, he's doing well. But I think he's just staying away from it because he's very, you know, I don't think I'm slighting him when I think he'd be the first to tell you he just has trouble, you know, when he's out saying no to shit.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help. I used to open for him. A lot of people did, but I'd open for him at Caroline's, you know, because he was very good to me. People are always like, I miss Artie. You miss Artie.
Yeah.
I was at the Nokia. But people would just come up to you and they'd be like, hey, give this Artie. And they'd just give me a handful of pills and drugs.
Oh, yeah.
And I would throw it out. I'm like, why do people give me drugs for you, Artie? You know, and he's like, it's because they love me. And he would say it sarcastically, like, oh, they love me. It's like,
They don't understand. It's like, you're killing him. What are you doing?
You
Or
should
he
have
is.
taken them to save him.
I should have taken them all to save
Yeah.
I'm doing this for you.
Good for you.
you. You're welcome.
You're on a ledge crying. This is for you.
I love you, Artie. I love you.
Yeah, Artie's a sweet guy. You haven't met him, have you?
Another great guy. One of the most generous people.
I met him once. Yeah, he was in bad shape when I met him because I opened for him. It was me and Voss and Levy
bad
and
shape
Alan.
if you were
Yeah.
opening for him,
He
that's-
wasn't in bad shape, but he was like a couple hours late, and he just wasn't having the best. He didn't seem like he was having the best time. Yeah,
Seems
but
like a gentleman.
he's
I've
one of-
always
Yes, he
loved
is.
him. I mean,
He's one of the funniest
the
motherfuckers
funniest
as
human
well.
beings on earth. Yeah.
It is so crazy to see you married too, but not in a bad way. It feels right, I guess, because I know you guys both
Separately, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like it feels like it right. Like you seem like you have good chemistry as people. Some people don't have
Yes.
good chemistry. Like even if you're not fighting, some people's chemistry sucks.
It's off, right? It's like I say this about you guys because I've been watching. You're wildly entertaining because
you.
you have good
show.
chemistry.
It is.
Thank you.
It's not and even if you bicker, it's not like, oh, this is awkward. It's funny. I feel like we have that sort of rapport because we do podcasts together constant. That's how
Yeah.
we met each other
Yeah.
basically. So It's fun. Do you hate me?
No.
Okay, great.
But you know how like
Hold on, let me see. Would you mind asking the same question?
Do you hate me?
No.
Okay, you're both fat.
But you know,
Never mind.
you know, when you listen to a friend's podcast, like it's like, all right, well, they start a podcast, let me listen to, and then you're like laughing an hour, and you're like, oh, this is good, this is easy. You know, like Garrett and Steve, if I could do a shameless plug for,
Sure,
they were the booth guys, you know, and then when Aaron left In Hot Water, like I would always like just, you know, I need to talk to people, so I'd go off them, and then when Anthony got sick, like they started sitting together doing like his show. They're great. They have that, and that's another show where I'm like, let me support Garrett and Steve and listen. Then I'm like, this show's great, you know. And you love like when you're.
Are they doing a podcast?
They do. It's on YouTube. They do Garrett and Steve 4 nights a week.
You know, Garrett, I know. And by the way, what is the name of you? Are you doing In Hot Water together?
Sort of now. Like,
No,
I mean, literally yesterday we set the thing up, and it's like rather than me at my desk alone, it's me talking to like we have friends come over, and it's a 2-camera shoot.
The booth gal. And I have Keanu Cast, which is a show I do with my mom on the Forward Network. So I already had like a little.
Your mom, yeah.
Yes. So we do that, and then. But I don't mind being the booth person for your show, and it's
great.
like a fun rapport. It's different than it's way better than you just sitting there, screaming
What's a
into a
booth person?
webcam, like what
That's who
he's
would always
doing.
try to beckon me
like
through a hole.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, wrong booth.
I'm the
He's a creep. I love this guy.
right,
Pair of lips.
right, like producing the show like him, but it goes back and forth like if and we can talk to each other.
Oh, I
yeah.
see.
Yeah, they're usually behind something like Robin Quivers is behind glass.
Yes,
but
yes.
like it's considered like this little off area that the
Right.
producer.
And they can chime in.
Yes,
They chime
yes,
in, yeah.
But it helps because she, like, you know, we don't agree
I'm
on
beautiful
everything.
and hilarious?
Yes,
Okay,
that, of
thank
course, Angel Cakes. But Robin Quivers is also beautiful. I'm kidding. But no, she's like a yes woman, you know? Like, so it was always like, like, she pushes back on just about everything I say because she's stupid. And I'm
You're an
smart.
idiot, and that's right. Okay.
But I like that, you know? Like, I've always said, like, the thing about In Hot Water, like, I always thought it was like we said the dumbest thing in the smartest way, or maybe the smartest thing in the dumbest way.
Right.
But we like, and that was like whenever I got, you know, once I start getting all punted, they'd make fun of me and like, you know, we always bust each other's balls.
Yes.
That's the point. So it's like one of the greatest lines ever is I get on one of these COVID rants and I look at Anthony. I'm like, look, I'm not saying I'm a genius. And Anthony goes, nobody is saying that. Like, the lines ever.
He is one of the funniest
It is
men
one of
on
the
earth.
fun- Nobody is saying that. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
It is hard too. Like it's very tempting, and like I try not to fall into it. I learned a lot from like you watch old Lenny Bruce tapes, like where he would just talk about his court case, and people are like we don't want to hear. Like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
it's really hard, and when there's a mic there, to just go, nope, that's not my job. I can be funny and tell my
Right.
whatever. But yeah, it's tempting to fall into that
Right.
trap.
Well, I'd love to take credit and say, yeah, it was tempting, but I didn't know. Whenever I was about to, like I had Garrett or Steve or the guest would just bust my balls and it would just go in a completely different direction, you know,
Right.
which was great. That's why I like having someone to bounce stuff off of. I don't want to sit there and like tell you what I think over and over again any more than you
Because we
wanna
all
hear it.
know,
Yes.
right?
The minority thing, how I like them, and you two.
No, you are wrong.
What do you want to talk about, love? Because once in a while, I like to ask my wife.
Go on.
She doesn't get.
Yeah. I'm enjoying. It's
I love. We all have things. But putting my wife on the spot makes me very happy because she panics.
no.
I am the same. I would feel the same. I understand.
I don't panic.
She talks when she wants to talk.
Yeah.
You talk more than I want you to talk.
Oh my God! As if I say 2 words in our home.
Hi, baby.
I don't know whether he's talking to me, himself, or speech to texting.
I speak to text a lot.
I'm
is-
sorry, I don't want to type. Why would I? I can talk into my phone.
Do you ever forget she's there when you speak to texting? How much for a blowjob? Oh, sorry. We're on the
I
couch
know,
together.
Sorry, dude, my wife is here.
Better him than me.
Jim is so annoying when he voice texts because he always does like, "Hello, can you?"
Yeah.
Like he always whispers,
It's
and I'm like, "Why are
weird.
you whispering or talk texting?"
No,
It's
the
just
reason I
like,
do it is
you're cheating.
No, it's
no,
not
but that's how it feels.
Yeah,
It's because
sus, yeah.
it's clear.
Yes, it does.
When I like to talk text, I like to do this and talk like that. It's clear, and this way it doesn't keep fucking up. Because talk text is still not there.
It's just annoying.
We
I
have
understand.
just a 3-room abode, though, if you would call it. It's big for a New York apartment for us.
sure.
But he doesn't care what's happening. It is, hello, dearest fan of mine. Thank you for saying that, and also I
His name
love
is
you.
Steve. I know him by name. He's the only one.
Are you talking to me or the cat? He's talking to the cat. What are you doing, baby? He's like, I'm like, nothing. I was talking to the cat. It's
She's a
adorable
sweetie.
and charming of you, but yes, those are the things that
she
annoy
doesn't
me.
mean that. You know she doesn't. mean
The cat is a monster. I didn't. She's absolute. Look at my hands. She
I could
hates
never
me.
live with an animal that. Although our dog last night is a puppy. It's 3 months.
Sweet.
He bit me. No, but I was like, "What are you fucking doing?" Like, I'm talking to him like he's a 15-year-old kid, and I forget that it's a puppy. And
Jim says sometimes "fuck you," and I'm like, don't say that to the dog.
the dog doesn't
I don't
speak
care
English.
if he doesn't
I'm more of a
speak
dog
it.
person, but I wish this cat loved me. She's morbidly obese, and she's
not
imprinted. I think she's so
It's
adorable.
a
but
female calico. Now I've always had cats, and I always have a male cat, and they've always been orange or black, and like male, they're tabby or whatever, and they're the most loyal. They mirror their owner and all this stuff. This cat found me, when I was in between apartments. I was subletting a place in East Harlem, because my aunt was sick. I was going back and forth, and I come home one day, and long story short, there's like this woman screaming outside because there's all these abandoned kittens. So the story's too long, but at any rate, it's a female calico that I find, and she's 4 days old, and I bottle feed her, and they say female calicos imprint on their owner, let alone when you
So
bottle
I'm a
feed them.
threat,
She
even
thinks
though
I
I'm-
gave birth to,
yeah.
and this
Jealous.
cat
Does she scratch you?
Yeah. But not like
only
she
if I walk
scratches
in
her.
the room, they'll be snuggling on the couch, but they like having a moment, speaking with each other.
She's
And
fiercely loyal.
and if
Something somebody.
But if I walk into the room, she'll look up and be like, "Fuck you for marrying her," and claw him in the face. I'll be like, "Hi, kitty." Like,
I could never. Do you know Sam and Sam and his wife Jess had a cat, and he would always talk about it was like a big like almost like a fucking junkyard cat, and it would hiss at the wife, like especially like I don't know if she was pregnant or not, but to the point where it was like this fucking cat is just going to attack her. They had to get rid of the cat, and it annoyed me so much. This fucking hunk of shit cat. It's like, hey, stupid, you're getting fucking like cats are supposed to be smart. You're getting free food. You're getting free water. Like,
It's
what are
true.
you doing?
I can just, the disappointment when I walk in the door and it's not him is palpable. She is, and she's cunning. The way where she she's cunning. She hides in crazy places and jumps out at me. I mean, and the hissing and I find it entertaining, but at some point I just go like, are you ever going to let me hold you?
How about a squirt gun? We bought a squirt, like a
Yes.
water gun.
It makes her stronger.
Oh, really?
I didn't want to do it.
May
but
I go
it-
squirt out some pee?
Yeah.
I have to pee.
You want to
No,
pee?
I legitimately have to pee.
All right, we'll take a couple seconds break. You go pee.
course.
Take your time. Let's just go.
Thank you.
Please.
So I'm on
She pees once. a-
diuretics.
Yeah, she
I
pees
hear
once.
you.
Yeah, never hold it. Well, Nikki just went and peed.
I had to squirt out some pee.
I love it.
Yeah, I
it
can't
goes
hold
right
it
through.
either. I feel bad, like when I'm fucking.
We know you pee the bed, apparently, right?
That is really a great indicator that I'm
Yeah.
having a hard time. Imagine if I get mad at her. What do you mean you're gonna piss? Let's do it in bed like I do.
Go before we left and get up.
Oh my god.
Do you know what's weird about being married too? When we argue, like the difference is I know that we have to resolve it. Even if it's a nasty fight.
Yeah.
Years ago, like you wouldn't see her for 2 or 3 days
Yeah.
or your girlfriend goes home.
Yeah.
But your wife, you have to kind of resolve it. And you have to
Right.
go, all right, even if this is ugly right now, we have to resolve
I'm always
this.
the fixer though. Like I always go like, Jim, you have to tell me, you have to apologize, and you
Right.
have to stop this bitterness towards me right now. Because
Yeah.
if you don't, I'll just start resent you.
Right.
But that's not a fix.
No, but-
Jim, you have to apologize.
No,
I
but
tell
that's
him that too. You owe me an
usually what-
apology.
yeah.
It makes him only
It's-
angrier.
I'll give you one when I
That's
give
Jim.
you one.
Yes.
I can't owe you one.
When you merit, when my ex used to hate, when we would argue, I would say something about something doesn't cut the mustard. Did you ever hear that expression?
What? That's
of course,
But I would say
but not when I'm having a fight.
it's an old man
the worst.
expression.
Yeah.
But I would say to her, I just don't cut the mustard. And my ex,
What could that possibly mean?
it means don't measure up. Don't pass.
What does it have to do with the condiment mustard, I wonder?
Cut the mustard is an expression.
Yeah. Because it's from.
I mean, I know I know it's an expression.
It's
but
from the word muster, which is a military term. Like if you can
okay.
muster up the strength, you can't pass the muster. So it became bastardized and like I can't cut
Nikki,
the
I
mustard.
think
Are you
it's
kidding?
bullshit.
No,
What do
not
you
kidding.
think?
Yes, I think so.
That I know.
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on at the end of
BS.
Raging Bull? I couldn't tell you.
That's funny. You don't understand a fucking Pontius
How long have we
Pilate
known each other? You finally said that's funny. Means a lot. Means a
Shakespeare
lot.
quote, and yet you'll know what cut the mustard. I mean, look, wherever the knowledge comes from, I had no idea what
Yeah.
that meant.
That's what it means.
Cut
Thank
the
you.
mustard.
Pass the muster. Cut the mustard.
Yeah, because it's like you muster the strength.
I had
Some
no
people
idea.
Oh,
must,
it is
some
cut the
people muster
mustard.
the strength to get out of bed to piss.
He's,
Other
you're
people
not
can't muster it.
saying you're not saying mustard. You're saying mustard.
I'm not saying anything to you
Okay.
for 3
And
minutes.
now
is
I
what
get
I'm
it.
saying.
Is
Do
it
you
must-
guys fart in front of each other?
I do. I've never heard her fart. Do it.
I wish I could.
Come on.
I would.
Don't embarrass me.
I'm a lady. He's constantly
That's what I
farting.
say every morning.
Do you fart?
In distress.
Do you fart in front of each other?
No, I never farted.
No.
He does. Literally, he farted.
Yeah, I don't think.
He farted in the closet today. It was disgusting.
I'll be honest. This is the joy of being married. I did one accidentally slipped out in the closet, and I closed the closet door.
gross.
Oh, that's the worst thing you could do.
Yes, it is, of course. And then 10 minutes later, she's like, "Did you fart in the closet?" I was in the other, and I'm like, "Oh, it's like I can't share this with anyone, but it makes me so happy."
He farts like, this is true, maybe like 5 to 6 times a day. Next
I
to
don't
me.
think. I don't think they can help it.
I fart first
Do
thing
you
in
know
the
what I
morning because
mean?
you
Yeah.
should.
Yes, you should.
You have to.
Maybe I fart around you, but it's just quieter and like more demure.
Or you wait till he does it, and then you sneak one out so they mix together, and you're like, oh, "Come on, Gino."
I can just tell when he's going to do it. I know.
Yeah, I
You've never
never
heard me
fart.
fart ever.
I've heard a few of hers.
Your fart smells
I only
like my
fart in my
period.
sleep like a lady.
No,
Right.
I've heard a few, and she's as proud of them as anyone
That is
else.
not true.
It is true, and they're
No, it's
loud, and
They're not.
she's proud of them. Yeah, I
That's
get
love, though.
It is love,
Yeah, exactly.
but I don't like them. I don't care for them at all.
They cut the
know.
mustard.
Yeah. There you go. They smell like mustard gas.
I was gonna say mustard gas, but you got there first.
You gotta hustle. You gotta want it more.
I
You gotta want it
know.
more.
I know. What? Okay. So in hot water. As we wrap up, I'm like, I didn't talk about any of your stuff. And your solo podcast is called what?
Keanu Cast, and you can just find it wherever you find your podcasts. And it's also, I do a live stream on YouTube as well. Just Keanu C. Thompson. And the podcast is with my mom, Michaeline. She's.
I like your mom. I remember you talking about her on Chip.
Yes.
I mean, Chip told me.
Yes, yes.
Nice save.
But I do remember you discuss. Did your mom come on once, or maybe it was a
Oh,
video?
it's the. I think I told the Eskimo sisters story.
Yes.
Because I'm Eskimo sisters with my mom.
They fucked the same guy. That
We had
night.
not at the same
Oh,
time.
is that what that means?
Yes.
Yes.
Fuck
Where
the same guy as mother
Yes.
daughter.
I was not together, but
That would be amazing.
yes, it was just I hooked up with the guy and she came to town and I didn't like he wasn't my boyfriend and he liked her and I'm like, go have fun, Michaeline, like do your thing.
That sounds very healthy, actually.
I think it's very
Are
progressive.
you Irish?
I'm a little Irish, mostly Italian and
Okay.
German and French.
You look very European.
Thank you.
I didn't know because her last name's Thompson. When we were
It's
dating.
Visconti
And
now,
then
unfortunately.
Yeah, and then one time we're sitting around, she was like, well, you know, my family's Sicilian. I'm like, that just, and you know me, Jim. I'm not like, oh, Italians are the best. But there was something very sexy when she told me she was like Italian too. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, and it dawned, I'm like, she is. She's so Italian the way she acts.
Yeah.
Very
She's
European.
so even tempered. She never screams at you. Doesn't threaten
Look
to
who
kill
is
you.
speaking right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Look who
okay.
shouldn't be speaking.
I'd love to see her argue with the LaMotta hand. I got no choice.
Mama Luke made me look like a Mama Luke.
What?
Mama Luke. Come here, stay there.
Gino, I'm really happy that this worked. We'll have to do this again. This
Absolutely.
I literally
so
thought
much for
Thank
my
you.
gift.
I thought we were at
Of
like
course,
35 minutes.
Enjoy it
Yeah.
later. Yeah.
Well,
And yeah, congratulations to my wife for not drinking on the podcast. Nikki, full credit.
Does she
She has a few
I've seen her
times.
ha- She was drinking with Andy.
no,
I
if
saw
this
that.
was just like us here, I would have flask 2 and this.
Hell yeah.
But it does affect her. She doesn't think it does.
No, it
but
just
a
makes
couple-
me interrupt a little, but I don't think I'm a nasty drunk.
You're not a
No,
nasty drunk, but you
no.
just say what you really think. And he's got a fucking side fat.
I should say what I think.
Absolutely. You're stifling her.
I
Her
know.
Creativity.
Smothering her.
I'm just teasing.
You guys are in hot water. It's every day. It's Monday through Thursday.
It's Monday through Wednesday at 3, and then at Thursday we get the band back together, and I do it 6 o'clock at night with Garrett and Steve.
Oh, great.
Which is fun. And then there's like, because it's a Patreon, so there's other episodes for the bonus tiers and stuff, but it's Patreon.com in hot water.
Thanks for coming on. I'm happy you guys
Yeah.
are here. I'm
Sorry
happy you're
we
married.
didn't invite
This
you
was
to
such
the
a
wedding, but I
pleasure.
didn't
I
want to
didn't
bother. I know you didn't care.
No, I didn't take it personal.
But we didn't. How great was it? Who was there? You know me. I don't want to bother anybody.
It's a destination wedding. I was not offended. I was happy.
We're still
going to
have a wedding official, and you're very invited.
we're coming
Yay!
anyway,
Oh
you know
my
how
gosh,
it
we
is,
would
so.
crash. Aw.
Hold on a second. All right, thank you guys, Geno and Keanu. Really happy you guys came.
So much fun.
And we have to close on a big, strong. How should we close?
I don't know.
Go ahead. Go ahead, babe.
Would you
Don't
like
be
a
shy.
shot? And then, I'm just teasing.
No, she's
No.
not drinking.
She gets shy. Don't be shy, babe. What do you want to say?
Peace and love and serenity, and keep drinking.
Who
Enjoy
you-
life.
Who you, Ringo?
know?
Peace and love. Peace and love.